Hey guys, welcome to Conversation Corner. I am your host, Debra Toscano for Rahaman Studios, and boy, do we have some shows lined up for you guys. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and watch and listen to my writers, my directors, my producers, my actors. I've got star-studded casts lined up coming to you into your homes on Conversation Corner. We'll be right back. Hi everybody, and welcome to Conversation Corner, the new and improved Conversation Corner. I am your host, Debra Toscano of Rahaman Studios, and do we have a show for you today? Coming out soon is the new hit blockbuster movie, Snitches. And today, here in the corner, I have some of the stars of that movie. So, sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, do whatever it is you do when you watch a great TV show, a great talk show, because we're gonna dish the dirt on Conversation Corner. So, my first guest is an extremely talented man and a very handsome, good-looking guy. All my guests are really good-looking today, so I'm very happy about that. Because when you have ugly people on the show, nobody wants to watch. So we got some good-looking people. My first guest, please welcome Mr. Chris Victor. Come on in, Chris. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the corner. Give a kiss. Mwah. Give a little sugar in the corner.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous? Why are you nervous?
No, you said dishing out the dirt.
Oh, we're dishing the dirt. Anything can happen here on the corner. I just want you to know that. Yes. Yeah, that's okay. You look gorgeous. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, and you are actually, Chris is my first guest. My very, very first guest. So I'm very excited about that. So let's dish a little bit. Talk to me about, first of all, who's your character in Snitches?
My character is Johnny Lombardo, and he is a snitch. Well, he could be a snitch.
So we don't know. And how did you come to work on the movie? How did you get involved in Snitches?
It's quite interesting, actually. I went to a Steve Rahaman film called Pain.
I happen to be in that movie.
Yes,
I just want to say I'm in the
she
movie.
Was wunderbar.
Thank you. See, this is why he's my first guest. Go ahead.
So she was really good as a therapist in pain. I love that scene, actually.
Thank you. It was a fun scene.
It was a great scene, and
crazy scene.
And a friend of mine, Steven, was in there as well.
Oh yeah, Steven. Yeah. Yes.
He was really good, as well. That premiere was the first time I met Steve. I went there with a friend, Joe D'Onofrio.
Yes,
you know him
yeah,
as well?
Joe's a good buddy, yeah.
I went with him there.
Shout out to Joe D'Onofrio. We're going to get you in the corner as well, Joe, if you're watching.
Yes. And I went there and I met Steve, and we just briefly met, and then he was preoccupied with everyone else in the film, and all the actors and all the press and everything.
Right.
And then later on, I had forwarded him a demo of mine via Facebook. And the rest has sort of just happened naturally, organically. It just unfolded, and then we met, and then we discussed my character, Johnny, and what we were thinking about doing with him. Right. And there's a lot of surprises. You have to stay tuned to find out.
We may show a clip a little later on in the broadcast of Chris in action. I did hear that you bite somebody's appendage or something.
Oh,
I don't want to say.
Yeah,
but
we could talk about it.
Can we dish that? Can we dish about that? Yeah. Okay. So you're really you're not like a good guy in the movie.
I thought I was good. And then they turned me bad.
Oh, he wrote you bad. Steve
I don't know about wrote me bad, but
Mm-hmm.
sort of a series of events that had gone on throughout the film sort of made me go from mob guy to a little bit more of a twisted killer. So I was a killer, but then because of some happenings within the film, it sort of made me change my direction a little bit with regard to where my character went. Okay. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I don't know
absolutely.
how much to disclose,
Yeah. No, well, right. I mean, we don't want to spoil it for anybody because you have to come see the movie, Snitches. So with that, let me ask you this. Now, I know that's not in your character, obviously, to be a mob guy, but how much of you do you bring to the character? And I only ask that because I know my own process of what the characters that I play, and a lot of them are close to who I am in a little bit of in the sense of the word. But for this character for you, how much of you goes really into the character, or is it completely a stretch out of the box where it's something that you have never done?
Yeah, very good question. Every character that you play has to be coming from you for it to be truthful. So that's a major thing. So I was fortunate enough, as much as I never wanted to do a mob film or play a mob guy, especially in a velvet velour suit, whatever you call those jumpsuits, tracksuits, because I grew up in Brooklyn and I was surrounded by a bunch of these either real mafia or wannabe mafia guys, and it was a little bit of a turnoff to me. So I wanted furthest from that. Funny thing is, full circle, I'm playing that now here in a movie. In other areas in my life, I've played a cop, and I never wanted to be a cop. But so it's interesting playing something other than yourself, because you get more creative and I don't know, you get to explore, which is fun.
And speaking to that, what's your process? You walk into I mean, I don't know if you auditioned for the film or if Steve saw you and said, "Oh my God, you're so perfect for this role." Either way, from start to finish, when you walk into the audition room, you get the part, planning the script and reading through the script, and then you watch it on the big screen at the screenings. What is that like for you? What is the process that you go through from start to finish?
It's involved, I think, for most actors, because you're creating a character, which is, especially when it's not like you. So you have to sort of deconstruct yourself in a way, construct that character based on your truths and things that you've maybe experienced in your life. Even if I wasn't a mobster, I grew up around them.
Right.
So that comes into it, and then it's just sort of in piecemeal. It just sort of builds, because as you see, especially with this character, there was an arc from where I was and the way I was treated to where I went. So there was an arc in that character. So that was interesting, because I had to sort of justify certain things in the scenes to make it true to me. There was a scene when there was a girl in the bar, and there was something going on in the back of the bar. So that all determined on what was going on back there and what I created, or how I would react to what's going on in the bar. She shouldn't have been there.
Right.
So that makes you deliver the lines in a different way.
Are you inspired by the actors you work with?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
This was great. I mean, Steve's definitely an actor's director.
Right.
So it was great to collaborate with him and to sort of ask him along the way, is this consistent with your vision? Because I'm creating my character, but if it's going in a different direction than he wants, I want to basically be on the same page.
Right.
So I was able to do that.
You always want to make the writer feel like you're being true to his script as well. I mean, and how much improv were you allowed to do, like on?
Well, there was Johnny, my character, Johnny Lombardo, had a lot of.
He's a nice Jewish boy in the film, Johnny Lombardo.
Yes. So it ends up being that there's a lot of freedom with regard to what you can do, as long as you're, I guess coinciding with the director's vision.
Right.
And there was a lot of improv, more maybe on my part, because at first there wasn't as much lines for Johnny as there were actions.
Okay.
I had a lot of actions, which I like, because even if I had just lines, if I'm saying one word, what's my actions, what's coming through if I'm only saying one word. So a lot of that had to, I think it was great. Right,
so being on set with Steve, I can only speak from my own experience of what that's like. Phenomenal, because he's a brilliant writer and a brilliant director. What was your, and don't copy that, don't say what I said, because then he'll like you even more. He'll like you more than me. What was it like being on set with Steve? And having him direct you?
Like I said, it was a phenomenal experience, because he's an actor's director. You can collaborate with him, everything from doing the stunt coordinating to the actual character stuff. When I had to ask a question of why is Johnny doing this, not only did I ask it to myself as an actor, but I asked with him, and there was a co-writer too, Eric, who also had some say with regard to when we were doing the scene and how the lines were delivered. So in the beginning, you'll see a definitive difference between the way Johnny was in the beginning and at the end.
So you did your own stunts then as well?
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah. Did you get hurt on set?
No, I never get hurt.
I love it. I love it. Are you one of those actors that takes care of other actors on set?
I hope so. I mean, I think you'd have to ask them to be, truly honest. I hope I'm doing the right thing and I'm a generous actor, because there are other generous actors in this film. One
a lot of great actors.
Yeah.
I mean, and in the coming episodes of Conversation Corner, you guys will meet all the entire cast and crew of Snitches. So you'll get to meet all of them. So I'm sorry I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, one was Kenneth Corella.
Yeah.
So he
Who will be on the
actually-
show in a few minutes.
He'll be on.
Getting him
I
in the
actually
corner.
was fortunate enough to meet Ken originally on some TV show that we did, and we exchanged numbers, and then we bumped into each other. We were both casted for a play, and then we did a play, and from there, you know, I've experienced the generosity he was on my first theater performance, because I'm more of a film and TV actor,
Okay.
and he was very generous with me on stage, and that made me feel confident enough to sort of introduce him also to Steve, and from there, it's like he got a great big part.
That's awesome.
You know, he's
yeah.
really you'll see a lot of Mikey.
Right.
Yes.
Cool. From stage to screen, from stage to TV, what's the difference for you? I mean, I know as myself, from doing the shows that I do to doing screen, it's a different world. How is that different for
My
you?
experiences, like film and TV, I feel very comfortable in front of a camera, but at stage, on the side, your heart's beating before you go. Maybe this was my first performance, but it was.
No,
it
I
was,
mean the adrenaline flows.
The
absolutely,
adrenaline
yeah.
flows, and it's there's nothing like it. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I think I'll still do some more film and TV, and maybe a little small theater here and there. And I aspire to be more of a theater actor.
Really?
Yeah, because I see the work that goes in. I think it makes you, whether if you're a theater actor or if you do stand up, I think it makes you a better actor because you're really facing your fears. Over here, even in the interview, right, there's the filming, they could take again, they could take again, they could edit it, they can make us look good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And theater, you look as good or as bad
Well,
as you are at that moment.
You hit it, you
pretty
quit
much,
it, and then you're done. You know, at least there's no retake in theater until the next time you do the performance.
Exactly.
That's how I always think of it. A day in the life of Chris Victor.
Oh,
Take yourself out of acting for a second.
Yeah.
A day in the life. Go. The fans want to know.
A day in the life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so erratic. I couldn't even give you a day in my life because each day changes. I've always lived my life like that. I'm like the wind. I may just blow right out of here right now. But I really do.
No, I'm not done with you yet.
I change direction a lot. That's to
Right.
be as honest as I can. I sort of I don't know what that's about. Maybe something from early childhood, but I've always been some people say an opportunist or whatever. I just really like to get involved and interact with life and people.
Right.
So I like meeting different people, and if I went from here to Boston, it would be exciting for me.
Right.
You know, versus just going home. You know, that's the sort of the way I live. I like to, and I meet a lot of interesting people along the way. I think all this, hopefully, I can draw from in the future with regard to characters that I'll play.
Right. What do you see? What does 2015 hold for you in every aspect of your life?
It's going to be a great year. I met a lot of good people in 2014, and I really attribute that to me being good. You know, and me giving, and you know, more of myself than expected, and I'm getting that back. I'm basically like, you know, the secret, or the, you know, not to promote other people's stuff, but just in general, that stuff's been the law of attraction type of stuff.
Absolutely.
So I'm good, and I'm finding more good people in my life and less bad people.
Sure.
So that's exciting.
Out
So I
with the
know
old,
2015 exactly is going to be like filled with a lot of good people. A lot of good projects. Yeah, I'm gonna be in Snitches 7. I don't know if you know, but you know.
Is that like Rocky?
Yeah, it's like Rocky. They're making Creed, you know.
Yes, I saw that.
Paul's grandson.
I
think, is fighting.
Sylvester Stallone going to be in that one? I don't know. We have to see. Maybe we can get him in Snitches 13. I don't know. Let's see. What's something I wanted to ask you? I'm going to pull it out of the box for you, Chris.
Box.
If some director, writer, whoever, hopefully Steve, said to you, Chris, I'm making a movie of your life, but you can't play you. Who would you want to play you in the story of your life?
That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm not just saying I don't know anyone like me because I want to be an individual. But
Right.
I really don't know many people, and that's the sort of feedback when I just interact with people.
I told them I was going to throw them a curveball.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not.
No, I didn't. I don't want to
Yeah,
throw
no,
you-
I'm
no,
just saying. My
yeah.
response with people I interact with is I don't do things the normal way. So I guess I need a psycho that's out there maybe can play me. I mean, just kidding. That's
Bite
just,
off in a pen. I don't know. You know, just
Yeah.
she was. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Favorite actor?
Oh, that's also hard because I have a few favorites, but I do prefer character actors like Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt when he does his character stuff. There's so many. Kate Blanchett is amazing the way she morphs. I wish I could morph more.
Right.
Like I can't. Is my mind I can't change enough from one character to the next.
Right.
But I like to try.
Do you ever do a nude scene?
Now?
No, not this minute,
With
but
you?
I just
In front of all these people?
in front of all these people. It's what the show needs and what the
All right,
people
all right,
want.
you got it.
So
That's
we're going
good.
to take a break. And when we come back, Chris will be naked. No, I'm kidding. When we come back, we're going to have some more guests. But Chris Victor,
Yes.
what a pleasure. You know, we met kind of randomly before all of this and didn't even know we were in the movie together.
Yeah.
But what a pleasure to see you again and to
pleasure,
have
yeah.
you in the corner. And I hope that you enjoyed being cornered with me.
It was awesome. Thank you.
And
Thank
you'll be
you
back
very
again,
much.
hopefully?
Oh yeah, why not?
All right. Chris Victor's going to come back to the corner some other time. But right now, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Action.
Well, welcome back to Conversation Corner. Once again, I am your host, Debra Toscano, and as you guys just saw, we had Mr. Chris Victor in the corner. Great guy. So, Chris, we wish you a lot of luck. We're going to have you back in the corner soon, I hope. But right now, we're going to invite to the Conversation Corner a gorgeous woman who is in Snitches as well, Miss Lauren Toglia. Lauren, come on. Hi. Mwah. We've never met before, so this is our first meeting, and I will say this, she's more gorgeous in person than she is on Facebook, in pictures, gorgeous, stunning. Thank you so much for being in the corner here with the boys and with me. So Lauren, talk to me about your how did you get to be in Snitches?
Well, I met Kenneth, and we went
Seems
to...
like everybody's met Kenneth.
I know.
I haven't met Kenneth. What is that about? Kenneth, you come into the corner. You know that. Okay.
Well, we went to Purchase together, and that's how I met him.
Okay.
And then we met
School
again.
friends then.
Yeah, school
From way
friends.
back in the day.
Yes, and then I saw Pain. I got to see Pain. And
I was
then
in
met
pain. I don't know if you
Steve.
guys know that. I was in pain.
I know, you're
I'm
wonderful.
kidding.
I loved it. I loved your
It's
part.
kind of like the reoccurring theme, just like my character. Good.
And that's how it started.
Cool. Okay. And who do you play in Snitches? What's your role?
Amber.
Amber. Talk to me about her. Who is Amber?
Amber.
Sounds a little racy, girl.
Yeah, she's a dangerous character.
Do you get to kill anybody?
No.
Okay. But maybe in
Yeah.
the sequel.
Maybe.
Snitches 15, she'll get to kill somebody. Go ahead.
That would be fun.
So Amber, talk to me about that character. What is she like?
Well, I like to bring some of me to the character. I don't like to just read what's on the paper, and I don't want to be. Oh, she's a prostitute.
She's a prostitute.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
okay. Gotcha. A woman of the night.
Yeah,
Speaks to me. It speaks to me.
I didn't want to really be like the cliche prostitute. I wanted to bring something more to the role. So I wanted her to be dangerous and free and wild, and I believe she's just a troubled character. But I love her. I mean, I grown to love her after reading the script and stuff. So
right. How much how much were you allowed to, and I think I know the answer to this because I've worked with Steve myself, how much were you allowed to elaborate on the script and to really develop the character?
The whole way.
All the way, yeah.
All the way.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of freedom, and I got to play around, and I'm a method actor, so I loved it. And
awesome.
It really...
Where have you studied?
I studied at HB Studio.
Oh, I did as well.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
very cool. Yeah.
Yes, and I also...
Back in the day, 2-3 years ago when I was just 22. Go ahead.
You're young and beautiful. Stop it.
It's a lot of hair dye and a lot of makeup. It's all good. Not as gorgeous. Look how gorgeous she is, right? Look at the camera. Gorgeous. Beautiful. So go ahead, sweetie.
Yeah.
So HB.
HB.
Are you still a student there? Or are you?
No, not as much. But I used to go there. I did the summer intensive, and
cool.
I took some classes, and it was just a wonderful experience.
You love it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Your process from when you walk into the audition room, and that would be like really for anything. You walk in, you audition, you get the gig, you film, or you're on stage, and then you watch it, or you perform it. What is that process like for you? And I ask that because I know, like, and I was asking Chris that as well, like, I know what my process is. I know what I go through. So I'm always interested to know what especially another female actress, what that process is like for you. You walk into the audition room, what goes through your head?
A lot of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of emotions, but I'm a method actor, so I'm me, but not. So it's easier,
So if the role called for you to, I don't know, dye your hair pink.
Do it.
Nice.
I would shave my head.
Good girl. You see, that's what we're talking about,
Yeah.
right? Suffer for the craft. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. What was it like being on set? Now I know that there were more. I didn't see the whole movie. I only saw clips of it. But what was it like being on set with all of these guys, all these crazy guys? I know Kim Parsley is in the movie as well. Laura Faye Lewis is in the movie as well.
Yes.
And I had the pleasure of working with Kim before. I met Laura. I never worked with her, but as like the girl club, as we called it, when we set up these interviews. But so take away the girls. What was it like working on set with these crazy guys?
It was challenging, but wonderful at the same time, because then I had to show I just had to challenge myself even more and be stronger and show that.
What is it like being a woman in this industry?
It's really hard, actually, and I really like to play ugly characters. So this was challenging to, be a prostitute and show, I love Monster, Charlize Theron, I'm like a part like that. I love to be ugly.
Right. And did you audition for Snitches, or did you? Steve saw you and said, "Oh my God, you'd be perfect for this."
I think so. I'm not sure, but I got the part, so I think so.
He liked you. There was something in you that I'm sure that he saw that he. Talk to me a little bit more about your interaction with the girls on set, like with Kim. Did you have scenes with Kim and Laura?
They're wonderful. They're really wonderful, and I felt really comfortable right away meeting them and stuff. I wasn't in any scenes with them.
Oh, okay.
So,
who were a lot of your scenes with?
Mostly Kenneth.
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but he said something to me earlier about, I don't know, beating up the babes. Did you get beat up in the movie?
I think I beat him up.
Good for you. See, this is why we need more women in the industry. Go, girl. Did you karate chop him a couple of times? Or?
I slapped him.
You slapped him?
Yeah, really hard. Nice. On my palm. I felt bad.
Did really?
Yeah, he didn't like that.
Did Steve make you do that over and over again?
No, I really just had to do it the second time, and I was good.
one take, no. Lauren, you gotta do it over again.
I have a lot of anger, so
I would have been cut, do that again. Do it again. We need more. How was he receptive to that, or?
Yeah, well, it made him angry.
After he had your handprint on his cheek, is that?
Yes, exactly. then it caused him to be more angry.
More angry, yeah.
Then,
yes, yeah. Favorite scene of yours in Snitches that you're in?
My favorite scene. I don't want to give too much away
Mm-hmm,
though.
mm-hmm. That's okay.
I guess.
Or maybe a favorite line of yours in the.
I really just went. There was a lot of improv,
Mm-hmm,
so it was just came from me. So I mean, I don't really have a favorite line. The whole thing was wonderful.
Right.
Every second being everything.
How many days did you film? Were you on set?
I think it was 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Yeah. Early mornings, late nights.
Early morning.
Early mornings,
Yeah,
like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. 'Cause I
No.
know they did some filming.
No, I wasn't a part of that. Yeah. But it was in the morning, but it was fine.
Right. So most of your scenes then were with Kenneth.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of dialogue between you guys.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What was it like being on set with the mastermind, Steve Rahaman?
Oh, wonderful. I couldn't ask for anything.
I pay them heavily to say that. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I didn't. Really though. I mean,
I know. Yes.
Being a method actor, it was wonderful because he really let me play, and I was comfortable. I could try different things. I didn't feel like I couldn't do what I wanted to. I didn't feel restricted.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't shut down. I was able to be free.
Right. Hair and makeup, wardrobe. Were you allowed to bring your own, or
Yes.
Okay? So he gave you that freedom as well.
And that was wonderful.
That's
because
very
that
cool. Yeah.
It's my things. So
Sure. Okay, so we're gonna step out. The other thing I wanted to ask you is, I know, from Facebook is a wonderful thing. You find out so much on the Facebook. Facebook told me that you're an artist.
Yes.
So talk to me about that.
Well, I paint.
Mm-hmm.
And I started first as a visual arts major, and I just would get all my emotions out with painting. And then I got bit by the acting bug, and that was it.
Mm-hmm,
I just was acting. That's how I really, more emotion I could show through that as well.
Right.
So it was just outlets for me.
Have you sold some of your paintings?
No, not yet.
But you will. She will.
Yes.
And you have to buy them. Yes, absolutely. I'll buy one. Absolutely, I put it right in my house.
They're pretty crazy. I don't know if you want to look at them. I can't look at them.
I've seen. I think like, wow, fantastic. Just I my extent of being an artist is I draw a stick figure with a lot of hair, and that's my self-portrait. But I think it's so amazing when you could just have a vision of something and just kind of.
I never do.
But really,
I just go off my imagination, and then I have to turn it around when I'm done because I'm frightened.
You get frightened of yourself.
I'm my own stuff.
Of your own stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch things up a little bit. What favorite movie
Oh, favorite movie.
that you could watch over and over again that you never get like sick of?
I don't know. I don't know about that one. Inspirational movies?
Anything for me? It's like
Well,
it's pain, revenge story.
Well, I love that one. That was wonderful. I was excited to be in Snitches once I saw that.
Right.
That was
Were you at the premiere?
Yeah,
You
so
were.
I was at the premiere.
Why didn't I meet all you guys at the premiere? I think Chris had a purple shirt on at the premiere. I remember him in a
Chris
purple.
there,
I don't remember.
and then we met afterwards.
Right. Wow. Okay. If they were making the movie of your life, who would you want to play you? Who do you think would be perfect for that role?
Charlize Theron. She looks totally different than me.
Right.
I mean, I'm inspired by her work, so.
If you met her, what would you say to her?
I really don't know. I really don't.
I said I want that dress that you're wearing in those commercials.
I know.
Cascading. Yeah, I would be like, can I be stretched to be as tall as?
Yes, seriously.
She's awesome. She's a fantastic actress.
Yes.
Tell me 3 things that are important to you, other than the obvious, which would be family. I mean, for me, like the 3 most important things to me, besides my innermost family and close friends and all that, and health and happiness, my hair, my voice, and my birthday. 3, and anyone who knows me, those are my 3 most favorite important things to me. So if you know me, those are the things. And if you want to write me on Facebook about it, you can. What are your 3 most favorite things about you that you want people to know? I'd say your hair, gorgeous. And superficial.
Nothing physical, to be honest. It's more about, I'm happy that I went through whatever I had to go through in life because it gave me my tools to use in acting. So I don't regret anything, and I'm happy because now I could act any part if I wanted to.
Were you thrilled to be part of Snitches? Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. It's a fun environment. Steve and Juanita bring a really great, I always call it juju, to the set. I mean, everybody's very comfortable. It's a very kind of open environment.
It was fun.
It was, yeah. My both experiences working for them, unbelievable. Well, with them, I really would love to say, because they didn't make me feel like I was working for them.
Yeah, I felt like it was.
Yeah, it was all part of, like, and I just met them really randomly, and it was just like, it was such a great experience. What career would you do for no money?
This one, acting.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I started with theater, and that was like walking on a tightrope without a net. And I loved it, but I feel like film's way easier now for me, because...
What's the difference between theater, stage acting, and film and TV?
Well, I'm always in the moment, but you can't slip up with theater, so you have to just pick something quick if you drop a line, and of course you could cut, the camera, but I felt it was easier for me.
Right. Character-wise, on stage as opposed to film. Say if you had to play your character that you play in Snitches, and then you had to they made a play of it. How would it be different for you?
It wouldn't be.
Wouldn't be.
It'd be the same.
Yeah.
Just projecting my voice louder.
Right. Big, everything in the theater is big, and in film it's like everything is right
I
here.
have to,
Small.
Drag it in.
What's in the CD player of your car? What do you listen to? What drives you when you're getting ready for a role? Like what do you love to listen to?
I know morbid. My stuff. I like Pink Floyd. I like the Moody Blues. I listen
to the theme song to Snitches. Just saying. I'm kidding. I want to be in his next movie. So
So do I.
We all do. Steve, did you hear that? So you listen to your Pink Floyd. Maybe does that influence your art? Maybe.
Absolutely.
It does.
Yes.
Do you listen to music when you're painting?
Yes.
Really?
I have to.
Do you close off from the world when you do that?
Absolutely. I lose myself for hours.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Lauren, it was so great to meet you. And like I said, she's more stunning in person than if you ever get the opportunity, which you will, to meet her in person if you come to the premiere of Snitches. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. I wish you so much success in 2015. All the best. Hopefully we'll have we'll do a movie together. The Snitches 2 will be in it together. And thank you so much for being on Conversation Corner and being cornered by me. It was a joy to meet you and a pleasure. Thank you so much. Mwah. Give kisses in the corner. We're going to be right back.
Listen out. I ain't never seen this Vincent before. For all we know, this guy could be the snitch.
Yeah, well, you could wind up being a snitch.
We don't know shit about this guy. Send me. I'll go to Chinatown, find the snitch, and take care of everything. No problems.
What do you need to know about him, huh? I think he already made up his mind.
Welcome back to Conversation Corner. I am your host, Debra Toscano, and it is my pleasure to bring to you guys right now my third and final guest of this episode. Another one of the stars of Snitches. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please welcome Mr. Kenneth Gorilla. Kenneth, come to the corner. Hi. Wow. There's a little tongue in there too.
Thank you, Debra, for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. I've never met Kenneth before, so whatever happens in front of the camera or behind the camera is yet to be seen.
Hey,
so,
I thought you were gonna...
I gotta tell the people how we are. We'll talk later. That's the other show. Okay, so talk to me. As I asked Chris and as I asked Lauren, how did you come to Snitches? I mean, apparently you seem to be the common thread of bringing a lot of the actors in.
Well, it didn't quite start out that way.
Okay.
And as you know, you're in the business, and Steve could attest to, this is about a networking, meeting people, being liked, not only as a professional, but as a person. And actually, I was introduced by Chris. Chris Victor introduced me to Steve, who asked me to send a resume and send a video, and he initially wanted me to play Rocco.
Okay.
Then after seeing, some of the things that I worked on, he says, you know what? Scrap that. I want you to play Mikey. I got a great character for you. I'm like, okay, great.
Okay.
So he sent me a couple pages, and I had to be on set the next day.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, so your character is?
Michael Florentino. Mikey Florentino.
I love it. Another nice Jewish boy. Tell me about the character. What is he like?
He is an interesting character, very dynamic, has some dark issues from his growing up, his childhood, also he's a guy that wants everything. He wants what you have and he wants what they have.
Okay.
And he's going to go in all directions to get it.
Nice. Good guy, bad guy?
He's pretty much a bad guy that has a little sensibility to him, but not too much.
Are you likable in the film?
Well, I don't think the women would like me. I'm sorry, but sorry, ladies. Yeah, I'm normally a nice guy, but not in the movie.
He's a very nice guy. Good kisser too, but a nice
I
guy.
thought you were gonna
We shouldn't have said that. Anyway, okay, so you're a little rough and gruff.
Yeah,
With the
a little rough
ladies.
around the edges.
Right. Who were most of your scenes with?
I had the great pleasure to work with most of all the main actors. Chris Victor, Lauren Toglia, you know, Annalise.
They've been in the corner.
Yeah.
They've been cornered by me.
Wow. Anthony, who plays Rocco, you know, him and I, we really started developing a lot of good chemistry because he played my right-hand man, and we really started bonding in the movie as we started progressing. Right. So I had some real nice stuff. Frank, you know, who plays the old man Al, and, you know, just a great group of individuals. Each character is uniquely different. So when you see the movie, you're going to be able to identify with your favorite snitch, your favorite character, because we all have a different personality, and all our roles are unique and different.
Is everybody? I only worked on a part of the film with Daniel O'Shea, who will be in the corner soon enough with Kevin Mascia. Or are the characters, I should say, are they a lot of them intertwined, or is it like a few separate issues that go on, or does everybody somehow, some way roll into each other in the script?
Yeah, it's interesting because each character, although a lot of characters aren't on set together, their stories overlap because there's an underlying theme of the movie. So Steve was so brilliant and clever as he pieced it together, and so each little aspect of the film adds to the bigger picture and the bigger ending.
Okay. How much of Mikey is in you? I think we know the answer to that.
I am a passionate person. I do have a phrase that I always use, be nice until it's time not to be nice. And I think playing Mikey, I had to draw on some of those not so nice moments. But there is some comedy, there is some humor, there is some very funny moments in the movie as well.
How much liberty did you have with the script? And what is it like working with Steve on set? I heard it's a nightmare. Just kidding. We love you, Steve. You're awesome.
You asked me the question. Maybe for you, it was all roses and smelling like a box of chocolates. But for me, you know, I couldn't stand...
Punching pillows. Sorry, Juanita.
I couldn't stand working with the guy. He was terrible.
Terrible, right?
Stand here. Be there. Hey, you're off book.
Kind of
Remember your
dictatorship,
lines.
right? Like a little bit of a
He was
dictatorship,
terrible.
right? I know.
Actually, furthest from the truth. Steve is wonderful. He gave you the flexibility. And there were some scenes that he called me up. We spoke about, hey, what do you think of this? And we reworked them, so so what made a little more sense for me to deliver the character.
Right.
So
you weren't tied to the script 100%.
No, and Eric who wrote it, and there's some collaboration between the actors and production. So it was really fun. It was interesting to work on.
Cool. A lot of freedom on set.
A lot of freedom, but yet at the same time, he wanted very specific things done.
Yes.
So if you didn't give him what he wanted, he'd say, hey, wait a minute, this is what I need. And you knew, that you're straying a little bit too far. So he would control the ship. He would keep it going in the direction that it needed to go.
What it needed to be in.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. So it wasn't out of control. Process for you. You come in, you get the script, you study it, you get yourself on set, and Steve says action. What is that whole process? What kind of a head trip, and how do you prepare to get into your character?
Well,
especially, and I think I asked Chris this before, especially if it's not in you, if this character is completely out of the box for you. It's easy to play someone who's very close to you in nature, but when you play someone who's completely like a killer or a girl beater or whatever it is, what is that like? How do you prepare for that?
It's interesting because, like I mentioned, that at 9 o'clock the night before, I get 4 pages of dialogue handed to me, and I got to be on set 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh shit!
And the
how
problem
am
with
I gonna
that
do this?
is,
so a lot of the dialogue was good. It was like 5 or 6 characters in the scene, so I'm like, trying to figure out who these guys are. And so I kind of had to learn it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I had to identify with the characters, pretty instantly. And there was just a little bit of a curveball in there.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a whole sonnet on Shakespeare. I'm like, holy shit, Shakespeare. I'm like, and Steve's like, can you get it right? I'm like, but Shakespeare, this is tough. I'm like, can you give me at least a day to prepare? So it was fun. It was interesting. It was challenging. And we're on a rooftop, a black tarred roof. It had to be 105 degrees without the sun baking.
Yeah.
And we're dripping sweat. And it's like, Chris, Johnny's character's got these chocolate bars. And it's melting. Like, wait a minute. And it was just fun. He's got melted chocolate all over his face. And Juanita's saying, can you stop eating the chocolate? He goes, I'm not, it's melting. Because we only had a couple chocolate bars. So it was funny, it was interesting, but it was challenging. But as an actor, as a performer, we all want to get it right. And, you just take it piece by piece and you get it done.
What was your favorite scene in the movie that you were in? Or favorite line? Without giving away too much.
I'm not going to give away too much. And I
it.
can't say I had one particular favorite because I worked with a lot of great actors. And it was a lot of fun scenes. And each scene was dynamic. But one of the first scenes I did with Chris, who I love him, and he's funny. He's playing this chocolate-eating character, tough guy. And he's got the damn chocolate bar in his mouth. And we're overseeing some little extra activity going on in the corner. I don't want to give away what's going on. And I walk up to him. And I hand him a chocolate bar. I said, hey, so you like chocolate, huh? I said, don't worry. There's plenty more where these came from. And so that was really cute. And he's looking at me. He's munching on a chocolate bar. So it was kind of funny.
That's cool.
Lauren, who he just had on in the corner on the hot seat where I'm sitting, fabulous. We did a nice scene in the...
Gorgeous, right? Beautiful. Tell it to the camera.
I don't notice.
Stunning.
I'm a professional. I wasn't looking at anything else. I'm sorry. We did
right, Lauren?
Yeah, she's
right. Gorgeous, beautiful, and a doll, a sweetheart of a person.
A sweetheart, lovely, sexy. I won't tell you. Yeah. So we had a great scene in the motel. I think
In a motel, was there nudity? Dude, you better tell it to the people because the fans. Not that I want to know. The fans want to know. Were you naked at any point in this movie?
I don't know if it was an R or a G rated or possibly an X at the time. So it all depends on what the final rating comes into. So there might be a little...
I think that's a yes. He was naked. Complete?
I'm not going to go there.
Why are you going to make me guess? Tell the people. They want to know.
They have to watch the film.
They have to watch the film. All right, I'll take you off the hot seat about being naked. We'll talk about that when the cameras are not rolling.
You want to see me naked?
I do. I want to see him naked. It's all good. We're in the corner. They're making. Did you be quiet? They're making a movie of your life.
Okay.
Who's playing you? Who do you want to play you in the movie?
One of my favorite actors of all time, no other than Robert Downey Jr.
Nice.
I think he's
Very
talented, clever, creative. He has a little bit of me. He's got that rugged, sexy feel to him. I think he's just a clever actor. Brilliant.
That's awesome. What would you want the story to tell about Kenneth? What mark do you want to leave on your story for people to see about you?
My life is very dynamic. I've done a lot of different things, and I think to narrow down a few of the highlights, I have the sweet side, I have the rough side, I have the tough side, I have the giving side. So I think try to draw that into a story that could be relatable to other people, maybe help others overcome some of the issues that I've dealt with, especially recently. Something fun, interesting, a little exciting, a little adventurous. I like to take a little dare once in a while.
All right, well, let's speak to your sweet side. What's your favorite ice cream? People want to know.
Without a doubt, mint chocolate chip. I love mint chocolate chip.
Really? That's my birth. I hate. That's like the least. That's the last flavor I would ever think.
Oh, who scoops of
I
mint
think
chocolate
you'd be like a praline and cream type of guy.
No, it's
that would talk to your sweet side.
That caramel stuff is like artificial. Mint chocolate chip with a nice, fresh, dark chocolate, phenomenal. Love it.
Does Mikey eat mint chocolate chip?
Unfortunately,
in the movie, he didn't eat that in the movie.
Mikey did a lot of drugs. He didn't do a lot of cocaine.
Yeah. So is mint chocolate chip like your drug of choice when you're off?
Yeah, and besides, Juanita, next time, please, can you bring the jug of mint chocolate chip, my dear?
Sure. What's in the CD player of your car? What do you listen to when you're getting jacked up to go to a shoot? What do you listen to? What inspires you? What music?
I listened to Ralph crammed him on the honeymoon. I get nervous, so
Do you get nervous before you get on set?
You know what it is for me?
Like, were you nervous coming here today?
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
This is different.
He was intimidated.
Because you're trained as an actor not to look at the camera. So here you're like, okay.
We're looking at the camera.
You look at the camera, you go, hi. I am an old school. I love the Janis Joplin, Cher. I love the female vocalists from the 70s. I mean, that's, to me, inspiring. It's clever, it's classy, great voice. That relaxes me.
Cher's cool. I saw Cher a couple of times at concert. She flew in a cage. I was in awe. I saw her in Vegas. I saw her in New York. I was like, when you meet a boy. Oh, God, I love it. Tell me 3 things, and I asked this to Lauren. Tell me 3 things about Kenneth that are important to you. That are, take family out of the picture, because we know that's all important to family, health, and well-being. Take that out. That's just a given. What are 3 things that are important to you that you want people to know? I told Lauren, it's my hair, my birthday, and my voice. Make sure you remember that. October 5th, don't forget.
January 15th, my birthday's coming up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Well, I have a great smile, a cute ass, and a warm heart. I don't know.
He's out of his mind. I love it.
You think I'm crazy?
I do think you're
Think I'm
crazy. I
fucking
think
crazy?
it's crazy to see he beats up women on the set. Why do you act? What about it? What about the craft that you love so much that makes you want to do it?
For me to say why do
That was
I
serious.
act,
Was that how serious I got right there with you?
to say why I act is almost like, how did I get started?
Right.
I was a fireman for 13 years and I was injured on the job. I hurt my knee and my back and I was struggling. And rather going through the therapy and the psychiatrist and all that crap, someone said, take an acting lesson, take an acting workshop. So that's how I actually wound up meeting Lauren up at Purchase College. It's a performing arts college, and I was taking acting classes, and we were selected to be in a photo shoot for the college. So that's actually how I wound up meeting her. So that started the ball rolling, and my acting professor says, you're pretty good at this. I'm like, at what? She goes, you should really try to pursue this, and that's how it came into being.
So how many years have you been acting? He's just recently graduated from. And can I ask how old you are?
No, you can't.
I
ask.
can't. I love it. That's what I would say if you asked me. Don't ask me how old I am. No, don't.
Do you want me to tell you how old I am?
No, not really.
I'll tell you.
All right.
I'll be 49 in 2 weeks.
God bless. Look at, right? Handsome. That's right. Your birthday's January 15th.
Yes.
Are you close to your sign? You're Aquarius, yes?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. My mother's a Capricorn.
Nice.
Edie's a Capricorn.
Edie's a Capricorn.
Just had a birthday, December 27th.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
My son's is the 28th.
Really?
December.
So Christmas baby as well.
Christmas
Very
baby,
special time of year. Okay, so are you true to that? I mean, I know my mother, and she's very true to the Capricorn sign. I'm a Libra, so I'm very true to that sign. Very well, like everything has to be balanced in my life. Otherwise, everything is kind of off center and off kilter for me. How true are you to the Capricorn sign?
Honestly, I don't follow the zodiac in
At
any
all?
way, shape, or form.
Do you know any traits of the?
No, zero.
Really?
People say, "Oh my God, you're so a Capricorn. Oh, you're so logical. You're so analytical." But I don't know. I never.
All right, I'm going to give you a homework assignment for the next time that you're in the
Oh
corner.
my God.
You must read up on the Capricorn sign.
Really?
And I will question you about it next time you're in the corner.
Sounds like Steve Buscemi when my son worked on Boardwalk Empire. My son was about 8, 9 years old, and he was in a scene, and my son asked him a question about dinosaurs, and Steve says, I'll remember, and next time I see you, I'm going to give you the answer. Then about a month, 2 months later, he goes by and says, hey, you remember? You asked me something? My son was like deer in the headlights. Oh my God, that's Steve Buscemi. And he says, yeah, what? And he started spelling Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he did his whole homework on the dinosaurs because he didn't know it.
But how cool is that he remembered that your son asked and he that's awesome. Awesome.
Kudos
right?
to you, Steve.
All right, cool. Well, that concludes our first episode of the wonderful, wonderful Conversation Corner. Kenneth Carella, Lauren Toglia, Chris Victor. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm thrilled to host this brand new talk show. It's such a thrill for me. I want to thank Juanita Rahaman, Steve Rahaman for Rahaman Studios Limited. I am Debra Toscano. Stay tuned. We're going to come back to you in a little bit with a little bit more information on our next episode of Conversation Corner. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you soon. Give a kiss. Mwah. Love you. I love you. You're crazy. He's crazy. Well, everyone, that's our show for today. I want to thank you all for joining us here in the corner. I especially want to thank my guests, the very handsome and talented Mr. Chris Victor, the gorgeous, gorgeous, and wonderful, wonderful Lauren Toglia, and the crazy, handsome, outlandish Mr. Kenneth Carella for being here. They're all the stars of Snitches. I will have them in the corner again. And I want to thank you once again all for being here. But I do want to thank my producer, my director, and the woman behind the camera, the mastermind behind all of this, Mrs. Juanita Rahaman. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to be your host. Thank you for giving me Conversation Corner. And we hope to see you again next time. Stay tuned. A kiss from the corner. Mwah.